In this video, we are going to do a side-by-side comparison of these two cars, the Omni-Terminator Carbon and the Hypergo 10 to 10. So this is being marketed as a 1/10 scale RC basher from the MJX, and this is being marketed as a mini 1/10 scale basher from the Rlaarlo. So before we do any further comparison, let's do a size comparison first. So MJX Hypergo 10 to 10 being a proper 1/10 scale, you can clearly see it is pretty evident that it is quite bigger when compared to the Omni-Terminator Carbon edition. So this is how the cars look side by side, and yeah, Omni-Terminator is basically a 1/12 scale, even though they claim it as a 1/10 scale mini, but they should have told it a 1/12 scale basher. So now we have seen the size comparison. Let's see what is the transmitter and what are the batteries which we get along with these cars. So let me put these cars aside. Starting with the transmitter of the Omni-Terminator Carbon. So this is a 6-channel transmitter which has all the basic functionalities like steering trim and throttle trim, and along with that it has an inbuilt gyro, and also it supports voltage telemetry. And there are a few standout features of this particular transmitter. Number one being it has an inbuilt gyro, which I already mentioned. And number two is we can power up this transmitter using 3 different ways. So first is using a 2S LiPo battery. So here you can see I'm using a 2S LiPo battery. So we basically need to connect the 2S LiPo battery over here. We have a small socket where we can connect the LiPo battery. And the second option will be using 4 AA batteries. We'll be having a separate battery tray where we'll be inserting those 4 AA batteries. And the third option being this one, where we can use a single 18650 lithium ion battery pack to power on this transmitter. And as per Rlaarlo, the claim range on this transmitter is around 350 meters, which is quite good when compared with the transmitter of the MJX. This was about the transmitter of the Omni-Terminator. And apart from the transmitter, this is the stock battery which we get with the Omni-Terminator. This is a 2200 mAh 3-cell 35C lithium polymer battery pack. Pretty decent. We get around 9 to 10 minutes of runtime using this battery pack. And along with this battery, this is a basic USB type charger which we get with the Terminator, and this can only charge a 3S battery. Now let's check out the transmitter which we get with the 10 to 10. This is a basic 3-channel transmitter which has all the basic functionalities like a steering trim and throttle trim. Along with that we have a throttle reverse and steering reverse button, and also we have a small light button to turn it on or off, or to go through different modes of the lights. Unlike the Omni-Terminator transmitter, we don't have any battery telemetry or inbuilt gyro with this transmitter. And also to power on this transmitter we require 4 AA batteries, and we don't have any other options to power on this transmitter. And although we don't have any claimed range on this particular transmitter from MJX, as per my usage we can get somewhere around 150 to 200 meters of range, which is pretty respectable and decent. And apart from that, this is the stock battery which we get with the MJX. This is a 5000 mAh not 5000, 5000 plus mAh 35C 3 cell LiPo battery. This provides a decent runtime of more than 15 minutes, and if you hardly rip your car, then it will be under 15 minutes. So decent runtime. And apart from that, this is the charger we get with the MJX. This can charge lithium polymer and well as lithium ion batteries, and it can charge 2S, 3S and 4S batteries. So there is a small slider kind of button to select 4S, 3S and 2S. So this is 2S, 3S and 4S. Quite handy, and I have also seen the charging speed. It is a bit better compared to this USB type 1s. So this was about the transmitter and the battery packs which we get with these two models. So let me keep this aside and let's bring back the cars on the table, and let's discuss further about the cars itself. So here we have the omni-terminator, and here we have the 10 to 10. Starting with the bodies, let me start with the omni-terminator body. This is a decent looking body on the omni-terminator, and the thickness is also a decent one, although we don't have any roll cage protection inside the body. As per my usage, even though having 10 to 20 crashes, this body didn't break. There is no cracks. There are no cracks on the body, and this body is pretty much intact. And yeah, this body is great actually. And also we don't have any light kit in this body shell, unlike the Hypergo. Now comparing the Hypergo 10 to 10 body, we have a proper roll cage inside the body, and along with the roll cage we have a light kit as well. So unlike the Terminator body, we have two headlights, one grille light and a tail light in this body. And if we compare the thickness of this body with the Terminator, I would say this feels a bit flimsy, and also this body cracks easily. Although I have driven this car for 1 or 2 times and I had a small crash, I already had a small hole inside the body, and also the body is cracking up a little bit from the front side. So comparing the strengths of both this body, Terminator easily wins. It is more durable and more sturdy compared to the Hypergo 10 to 10 body. And also the way the body attaches to the chassis on the Hypergo, on the Terminator, we have the OG clips with the body post, and the clips are basically tethered to the body, which is quite easy and handy. Whereas the way Hypergo sits on the chassis is a bit tough. We have a small tongue over here, plastic tongue, which goes inside this plastic shock tower, and then we need to adjust this button front and back to lock it in the place. So sometimes when we run this car in the dust and dirt, right, it will get accumulated over here, and it will be quite hard to unlock this unlock this body shell from the chassis. So it is not that this mechanism is not that good compared to the Terminator. So this was about the bodies. And before going to the other aspects, let me show you the lights on both of these models. Firstly, let me show you on the Terminator. So I will be taking out the body shell because we don't have any lights in the body shell. We have only one light in the front, that too in the front bumper. So let me turn it on. Let me connect the battery. Let me turn on the transmitter. And here we go. This is the single light bar which is on the front bumper. Quite bright, and the color is also very good, the bright orange color. Looks pretty decent, and in the night you can easily identify the car. So this is how the light looks. This was about the light on the omni-terminator. Let me turn this off, and now let me show you the lights on the Hypergo. Let me keep the Terminator aside and bring back the Hypergo. To turn on the lights, first we need to attach the lights cable from here to this cable. Then we need to add the battery. Let me turn on the transmitter. And as soon as I turn on the ESC, the light should light up. So there you go. 2 headlights, grille light, and a backlight. We have 3 modes in the front lights. So this is the one. This is the second one, where you get only the headlights or no grille light. And this is the third one, where the grille lights along with the headlights blink. Also the tail lights blink in this mode. So yeah, this looks quite good actually compared to the single light bar on the Terminator. This was about the lights and the body shell. Let me turn this off. Now let's compare the other aspects of the cars. Let me bring back the omni-terminator onto the table and let us compare other aspects of the car. So starting with the shocks. So both these cars have oil-filled shocks all around, both the front and in the back. And if we compare out-of-the-box performance between these two, Omni-Terminator is a clear winner because Omni-Terminator shocks are way perfectly tuned out of the box. We don't need to do any modification or we don't need to add a different oil. They are perfect as it is. They properly absorb all the bumps and they don't make the car bounce a lot on the rocky surface or kind of off-road surface. Whereas the shocks on the Hypergo, they are pretty stiff out of the box and they do require some amount of tuning to work perfectly. But for the out of the box performance, Omni-Terminator is a clear winner. And next up we have sway bars. Both these cars have front and back sway bars. And next we will go through lower arms. Both these cars have a reinforcement in the lower arms. For the Omni-Terminator Carbon Edition, we have carbon inserts in the lower arms, both in the front as well as in the back. Here you can see these are the carbon fiber plates. They provide a good amount of reinforcement, and apart from that, the lower arms, if you see, they are quite beefy as well. I didn't face any issues, even though I had few crashes as well. You can clearly see over here, I had a very bad crash on the lower arm side, this one, left lower arm. But there is no issue so far. They work perfectly flawless. No breakages or no bending or anything. Whereas if you see the lower arms on the 10-10, we have 7075 aluminum plate inserts in this Hypergo 10-10. But the disadvantage which we have with this one is they bend quite easily. If you have a hard crash ride, unlike Terminator, these plates bend easily. Again, you have to unscrew these plates and you need to straighten them using a hammer or something, and then you need to rescrew this back into the lower arms. So that point I didn't like about them. They should have at least given some stronger reinforcement, or else they should have not given any reinforcement at all. So that is one issue in the Hypergo 10-10. So here also in this aspect, Terminator is a clear winner in the lower arms aspect. Next up, coming to the shock towers. Terminator has a beefy metal 7075 aluminum shock tower. I didn't had any issues, no bending or anything. But what I can say is when you have a very bad crash, the shock mounts, what we call shock standoffs, they bend quite easily, which I feel is a good thing. Rather than them breaking, they bend and we can easily straighten them back and reuse them. So that is one positive side of this one. Although the shock tower is pretty beefy, the shock standoffs are not that strong. They bend quite easily and they can be easily straightened up and reused. Whereas in the case of Hypergo, these shock towers are made of completely plastic and they have a bit of flexibility in them, and there are no standoffs or anything. The standoffs are these screws, and till now I didn't face any issues or such with the standoffs or with the shock tower, and I think they will last a long time because they are made up of plastic and the plastic is going to absorb a lot of damage as well because they are quite flexible as well. So both the front and the back shock towers are made up of plastic in the Hypergo 10-10, whereas shock towers in the omni-terminator are made up of 7075 aluminum grade. So in this aspect, I would say it is a tie because both are pretty decently made, and I didn't had any big issues with these shock towers or shocks. So this is going to be a tie between these two. Next up, we'll check the tires. So on the tires aspect, omni-terminator is again the clear winner, because if you compare the quality of the wheels as well as tires, the quality of the omni-terminator is way beyond the Hypergo quality. Because even though I had a hard bashing with the omni-terminator, I didn't had any tire ungluing issues or I didn't break any rims. Whereas on the Hypergo, even though it is quite new, I do see tire getting unglued from here and there. That too even after having few small bashes 3 to 4 times. So that is not a good thing. So still, and this point makes the Terminator tires win over here. So in this aspect, Terminator wins when compared to Hypergo 10-10. Now let's compare the electronics of both these cars. Let me first compare the electronics on the Terminator. So the stock electronics on the the Terminator are basically 60 amp ESC and a 2650 kilovolt motor. And both this ESC and motor come with a single fan, and we have a 11 kg servo. I'm not sure this is a metal servo or not, but this is a 11 kg servo, and this is decently fast enough for this size of car. And coming to the receiver box, I'm not sure this is whether it is waterproof or not. So this was about the electronics on this one omni-terminator. And one more thing, the ESC is not programmable. We don't have any program card or app using which we can program the ESC. So what we get from the factory is what we are supposed to use. No programmability or nothing on this ESC. Now if we compare the electronics on the Hypergo 10-10, we have a 120 amp ESC and a 2500 kV motor. Both come with a single fan, although you can see a secondary small fan over here which I have added, as a fan was lying around in my house, so I just added to provide some more additional cooling to this motor. And the servo is basically 35 kg servo. This is a waterproof servo. And also I have seen that this receiver box comes with a gasket. So, and also MJX has mentioned that this is a IP67 water resistant. So this is has a bit amount of waterproofing. And one more standout feature on the Hypergo 10-10 is that the ESC is programmable. We have to download an app called Angry Snail, and using that app we can modify the ESC settings like the punch, the amount of punch, drag, brake, reverse power settings, and all that settings can be made using that app. And also out of the box, even though Hypergo mentioned that this supports only 2S to 3S, this can easily run on 4S as well. But to make this car run on 4S, you need to make changes using the app. And I have seen videos where people were able to run 6S as well using the same ESC. So they didn't had any issues. Although I'm not sure whether the Drivetrain will hold up 6S or not, but people were running. I haven't tried 6S. I'm still running a stock 3S battery, and I didn't had any issues. Now coming on to the power button placement, both have a decently reachable power button placement. In the Terminator, it has been unglued, but this is basically where the power button is placed, which is quite handy. You don't have to lift the body and all. And this is a power button placement for the Hypergo 10-10. This is also quite handy. You can easily insert your finger from the side and you can turn on or turn off the car. So no issues over here. And in the electronics aspect, I would say Hypergo 10-10 is a winner over here, because it has a 120 amp ESC and a 35 kg servo, and the ESC is also programmable, which is quite good. So Hypergo 10-10 wins over here. Now coming to the drivetrain, both these cars have center differentials in both of them, and both of them have steel gears, and both of them are going to last quite a long. And personally, being running this Terminator for a bit of time, I didn't face any issues with the differentials or with the center diff. They're running perfectly fine. Although the pinion gear on the motor came loose 1 or 2 times on this Terminator, I had to apply a blue Loctite and tighten it. So this issue had happened 1 or 2 times for me. And apart from that, no issue so far. And coming to the wheelie bar, both these cars have wheelie bars in the rear, and both of them work perfectly fine. Although when we have serious crashes, the wheelie bar on the omni-terminator bends quite a bit. Not exactly the wheelie bar, the screws on which these tires are attached, right? These screws bend easily. Although you can straighten up and reuse them, but there is an issue of this wheelie bar being bending on serious crashes. And apart from that, no issue so far. Both these cars work perfectly fine. And this was about both of these cars. Now coming to the price point, the omni-terminator carbon is being retailed at around 31,000 Indian rupees, and whereas this Hypergo 10-10 is being sold at around 37,000 rupees, which is including battery and charger. If you don't want to buy with the battery and charger, you can get this for around 32 or 33,000, depends on the seller. And if you ask me which car will I consider between these two, I would easily I would say I would be preferring the the Terminator omni-terminator carbon edition, even though it is a bit small compared to the Hypergo. But apart from that, in all other aspects, this car is quite good. Even if you say in aspect of durability or aspect of component quality, this car is quite good actually. So this would be my pick between these two cars. And yeah, this was about the comparison between these two cars. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and please do subscribe to my channel. And thanks for watching. Do subscribe to my channel to get more these kind of videos. Bye.